Alright, Shalom. Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to get all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kadash. Double honors to my apostles, great millstone, and rule well. Peace, salutations to the whole full elect. Just pushing the word and truth and sincerity. Alright. This is all great millstone, 100% truth, exhortation, scriptures of the day. Alright. Cause I ain't did it in a while, man. It's been a minute. But I need to get back on my scriptures of the day. Topics, you know. You hear that in the background, that's the air conditioner going off. So for those that want to know what's in the background, but that's the air conditioner going off. But anyway, the main thing we got to do is basically redeem the time. You know, that's the main thing. You know, we got to redeem the time because the days are evil. You know, people out here tripping, people out here, you know, got spirits on them. You know, and for brothers that's doing the work, man, we got to be circumspect. We got to watch what we do, okay? We got to watch, you know, you got to watch and, you know, keep your head on the swivel, you know, and be more spiritual than carnal, man, all right? And also pray before you leave the house. That's the main thing, man. You got to pray before you leave the house, and always keep your mind on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Always keep your mind on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because when you out and about, things can happen. Okay? But we gotta redeem the time, and also, you know, keep you separated. Keep you separated from the unbelievers as well, man, because Jake, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, y'all getting judged left and right, man. Talking about the wicked ones of our people, man, getting judged left and right. So us brothers that's doing the work, or the sisters that's tuning in, you know, being humble and stuff like that, redeem the time, because we live in the evil ass times, man. We live in the times that people is on edge. People out here snapping for no reason. Okay? Always use wisdom to move in this society, man. Alright? Don't get all fucking emotional. Don't use your emotions, because that'll lead your ass to death. And don't tempt the Most High either, man. I'm just saying this through the Spirit. Don't tempt the Lord, man. Just, you know, constantly, you know, focus on the truth, focus on the flock, man, and focus on this ministry, man. All right, and focus on the righteous doctrine that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai gave to the apostles on down. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to Ephesians 5:16. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 15. This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." Okay? So you got to walk circumspect. You got to look. You got to look around. Circumspect means circle. Means to look around, man. Spec. You gotta expect everything, man. You gotta basically be circumspect of yourself too. You know, we gotta watch what you do as well. We all do, man, because we in the flesh. You know, brothers. You know, we hey, brothers sin. You know what I'm saying? But we don't sin willfully. You know, but you gotta watch Satan. We all gotta watch Satan, man, trying to tempt us. Trying to do some off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying? But Ephesians 5:15, it says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." So we gotta be wise out here, man. We gotta watch what we do. We gotta can't be, you know, can't be out here loose, man. Loose-minded. Okay. It says, "Redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Okay. Gotta redeem the time, man. Okay. We gotta basically, you know, put on the righteous armor, you know, around these unbelievers, man. You know, set apart You know what I'm saying? From these unbelievers. Okay? And that's how you get protection from Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright? It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understand that the will of the Lord is. Okay? What's the will of the Lord? The will of the Lord is basically, doing this work. Okay? You gotta understand what the will of the Lord is, man. The will of the Lord, he basically he wants you to just be righteous and do the work and hope for salvation, man. Okay? And say, wherefore be ye not unwise. See, don't be senseless out here, man. Okay? Don't have that senseless, stupidity mindset when you out and about, man. Control your anger. Okay, control your control your emotions, because Satan out here is here basically to overthrow us. You gotta be cool, man. Okay, I know brothers want to snap out and beat motherfuckers up, shit, but that ain't the case, man. Okay, you gotta be circumspect what's around you, and you gotta be circumspect. Yeah. I don't know, man. But anyway, it says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is, man. Alright? So what I was saying about being unwise until something failed, probably Satan, man. We never know. But don't be senseless out here, man. Don't be out here wilding out doing extracurricular bullshit. All right, just be wise and watch, okay? Because a lot of stuff going on. There's a whole lot of different events going on. You got the war in Iran. You got the Iran and Israel. Israelis throwing bombs on each other and shit. Okay. You got the sleeper cells that's happening here in Babylon, aka United States, and that's been talked about for quite a while, and you got all kinds of senseless killings, man. You got all kinds of wickedness at its height, wickedness at its peak. Okay. That's why you can't be unwise, man. You can't be senseless out here, man. You can't be walking around here, not mindful. All right. It says, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. It says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Okay. The Spirit of what? The Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. Now, speaking of that, I want to go into this GPT real quick. It says, what do redeeming the time mean? It says, I just read Ephesians 5:16. Now Colossians 4:5, it says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. So, how you redeem the time? You got to walk with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That are without. Towards them that are without. Okay, so majority of our people don't have wisdom, man. They don't see what the fuck's going on. Okay, the wickedness of our people, man. All right, you got some jakes, tuning in, getting hip to it, but they ain't got the spirit. They ain't got the spirit like the prophets do. It said, what does redeeming the time mean? It says redeeming in this context mean to buy back or to make most of. It comes from the Greek word exagorazo, if I can pronounce it right. It said that literally means to buy out a supermarket place. But read this real quick. It says, so redeeming the time means making the most of every opportunity. using your time wisely and purposefully, purposefully, especially in a spiritual or godly way. Not wasting time on unproductive or sinful things, especially since the days are evil, meaning the world is full of corruption and distraction. Okay? Redeeming the time, making most of every opportunity to do what? Go on the highways and byways, do your videos, be around the brothers, okay? Praising Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, to the best of your ability, doing the work, okay? And don't be distracted, man, because, distraction is like one of the main things in this world that take people off their square, as I can say, and not facing reality. All right, not wasting time on unproductive or sinful things. So don't waste your time, man, on unproductive things, man. All right, like the scripture saying, I think in Ezra it says, let not your sins weigh you down. All right, it says especially since the days are evil, meaning the world is full of corruption. Okay, I'm gonna read this again. Down here it says, the simple explanation is redeeming the time means don't waste time. Use every moment wisely to serve the Most High. Serve Yahweh Shema Shai. I just mentioned that too. It says, do good and walk in righteousness, especially in a wicked world. Okay? So, this is how you redeem the time, man. You gotta serve Yahweh Shema Shai and walk in righteousness, man. Alright? That's what you gotta do. And don't be unwise. Don't be senseless. Alright? But Salaki for being long-winded on that. But I'm gonna go to Ephesians 6. This really we gotta watch, man. This is right here. Being in this truth, we really gotta watch this too, man. It's very, very important. This is Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, I'm gonna start at 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and in power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay? The armor means the shield, protection. Alright? This truth, the scriptures. That's the whole armor. Alright? It says that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, which wiles means the tricks, the trickery. Okay? Because that's part of the distraction. Okay, that's part of distraction, taking you off the ministry. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, the principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness, these elites. All right, these witches and warlocks. Okay, these soothsayers. Okay, that's putting curses up. All right, we don't wrestle not against blood and flesh. This is a spiritual battle. All right, this ain't no carnal battle. It's spiritual. And we wrestle against the flesh. He said we wrestle against. He said for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers. All right, we wrestle against this every day, man, until we get the fuck up out of here, man. All right. You got these Illuminatis, these like I mentioned before just now, the witches and warlocks and these elites, they be, these wizards and shit, man, be putting, curses up on Jake, man, and then putting full distraction spirit on Jake. So we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, man. So we wrestle against these powers and against the rulers of darkness of this world, all right, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Because you gotta understand, they work for Satan on the left-hand side, man. Okay? It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand, okay, go against in the evil day, all right? Withstand in the evil day and having done all to stand. How you go against this evil shit? Is to put the whole armor. You know what I'm saying? Put on the whole armor of the Lord, man. Okay? It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. You know, if you are shod, means to tied up and bind. You're supposed to be bind yourself with the gospel, man. Can't be loose in the gospel. Can't be loose, man. Can't be out here, you know, loose and untangled and shit, man. You can't. You gotta have this bind. You gotta be tied up in the word, man. Tied up with Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? You can't be out here loose. You can't be out here, you know, unwise like I just read. Okay? Can't be senseless like I just mentioned. Okay? And you know, we are in prayerless time, so this is 2 Timothy 3. This is a little quick. Matter of fact, 2 Timothy 3:1, it says, know this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, and it is here. We're in perilous times, man. We witness it right. We witness it right now, man. All right. Now the title say difficult times will come. It's here. We're in difficult times, man. A lot of people bugging the fuck out. Okay, people out here, you know, they all into themselves, man. You know, all into the, you know, the media, all this shit. Okay, they all into the social media. Okay, they doing all kind of crazy shit in the world, man. We are in perilous times, man, and you see it. Only the men of the Lord see it, man. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, all right, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And this is the reason why we gotta redeem the time, man. Despisers of ones that are good, which majority of our people hate righteousness, man. Okay? They hate righteousness. And this is the reason why the Lord gotta burn this fucking place, man. The reason why Yahweh Shema Shai gotta come back. This is the reason why we need salvation. And you see it. You see it through social media. You see it on your day-to-day life, man. People out here wilding the fuck out, man. People out here wicked, man. Okay? It says traitors. People backdoing each other, man. Heady. High-minded. People think they better than everybody, man. You know, don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. Lover of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. Okay? They pleasures this world, man. But this world basically is temporary. Having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. Let's see that in the NLT. The dangers of the last days. It says, this is back in 2 Timothy 3:1 in NLT. It said, you should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. It said, for people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High. And you see that. It says, disobedient to their parents. All right, you got You got kids killing their parents for insurance money and shit. You know, you got mama fighting the daughter fighting the mama, pops shooting at the son shooting at his pops. It's all fucked up, man. All right. Our real parents, the apostles, through the Spirit. Okay. Real. It's a disobedient to their parents and ungrateful. People don't give a fuck no more. They say they will consider nothing sacred. They say they will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others to have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. So it's good to hate others. You know? They say they will be cruel and hate what is good. Okay? What is good? The Lord. How about Shema Shai? They hate the Lord. They hate Yahweh Shai, you know? The good thing is to be a believer in Yahweh Shema Shai and hope for salvation. They hate that. Our people hate that. Okay? People out here senseless, man. People out here unwise, man. People don't give a damn no more. You know, we are in wicked times. It's the reason why I tell brothers, man, be circumspect and watch who you be around, okay? Fuck is Walmart calling me? Shit crazy, man. Shit popping up. I say they will be unloving, unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. It said they will betray their friends. Like I mentioned, backdoor. A lot of backdooring going on, especially you young ass niggas, man. Alright? You kill your homie for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Your bitch can set you up for you to get killed. People setting one another up to get killed, robbed, whatever. They say they will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride. Because, you know, the scriptures say pride goeth before destruction. It says, and love pleasure rather than the Most High. Rather than, that's what I'm saying. Y'all love pleasure of this world than how about Shema Shai, man. They said they will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. You know, putting on the act, fronting, you know, being phony and shit. Stay away from people like that. Stay away from motherfuckers like that, man. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that. This is the reason why the scripture is so powerful. And it keeps you out of bullshit. It says such women. Nah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was it. But more of the story, man, be circumspect and redeem the time, man, because we ain't living in evil. We live in the evil times, man. Okay. And then, you know, Ezra's got second Ezra's 16, 17. You know, because, you know, Ezra's on this earth right now, reincarnated. We don't know who he is, but he's reincarnated, man. And he said this. This is second Ezra 16, 17. It says, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows, great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when the evils shall come? Okay, and that's a question, man. What shall you do when these evils come? Because the evils are here, man, but it's gonna be more worse when the prophets get taken off the streets. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as a scourge for a minute. And that's the punishment of the Lord. That's the wrath and that's the punishment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That scourges for a minute. Alright. Verse 20 says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta redeem the time, man. You gotta be wise. You can't be senseless. You gotta be mindful of the Lord's scourges, man, because the Lord will kill your ass, man. People don't fear the Lord. That's funny. That's the funny part. People don't give a damn about the Most High. People don't give a damn about, most of our people, man. We ain't talking about you fucking heathens. We talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Talking about you Israelites, man. Y'all wicked as hell, man. Y'all don't care about the Lord. Okay? No. Y'all don't fear the Lord. Y'all don't give a damn about the Lord. And y'all waxing cold, man. This a cold world, man, that we in. This is a cold ass world, man. And then that's why the Lord finna bring judgment. That's why the Lord finna bring the sword, which is Esau, man. He finna activate. He finna put the spirit on Esau and fuck the niggas up. Esau, the so-called white man, by the way. Esau in the scriptures. All right. He finna put the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is finna put the spirit on Esau to eradicate you niggas. I'm talking about you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the wicked ones of y'all. And this is a warning. Okay? This is a warning from the Lord himself through his men, through his prophets, man. Okay? If y'all feel offended, I don't give a fuck. This is what the Lord put the spirit on me to tell y'all, man. Don't be unwise. You better redeem the time. Y'all better come back to your nationality and your power, man. Put off that wicked shit. Stop doing wickedness, man. And come back to your nationality. Come back. But y'all don't consider. We just doing the work. We just warning. That's it. The Lord sent us to warn, man. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna close out. This is Matthew 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Let's look up the word wax cold, man. We always look this up, man. Shall wax cold, right?
Strong's G 5594. Sucho.
Psycho. Okay? It really means psycho. Alright? People waxing cold, man. People turning to psychos, man. It says, verse 13, it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So we got to keep pushing, man. We got to keep fighting, man. I got to keep fighting. The brothers that's doing the work got to keep fighting, man, because we got to endure to the end. Okay? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Why you think the internet is for? Why you think YouTube is for? Okay? That's the reason why Yahweh Shema Shai created the internet. We ain't gotta go to different countries and prophesy and stuff like that. Unlike IUIC, the internet, help us, man. The internet, carry the heavy load, man. Not to mention them, but ain't no traveling to different parts of the world, man, just to speak. Oh man, the internet. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come, and it's coming. It's on its way. It's finna get worse. It's getting worse and worse day by day. You know what I'm saying? But with that, man, hope y'all was edified, and Salakia for this. Normally my scriptures of the day be short, but the spirit have it go a little longer. But with that, man, this is Great Millstone, 100% truth, exhortation scripts of the day, and shalom. And I hope y'all was edified. Shalom.